Good morning, everybody. Match. So I'm just having a look. Match 8 of the 1975 Cricket World Cup being played in Sri Lanka on Brian Lara Cricket on PlayStation was played today. Today's match was Rhodesia versus Ireland in a battle of the associate members. And this is what happened. Ireland got off to a winning start against the Rebel South African 11. Rhodesia were absolutely outplayed by New Zealand, and this was the outcome. Rhodesia won the toss, elected to bat on a pitch that was probably more favourable to the bowlers. Probably it's a bit softer. It weren't as hard or as dry as the pitches have been in Kandy recently. They elected to bat first, and Ireland were just one bowler was sensational. Cornelius Henry, absolutely single-handedly, as you can see at the top of the order there, he single-handedly reduced Zimbabwe to 41 for 4 from 13 overs. He bowled 7 overs on a spin and took 4 wickets for 16 runs. He ended up with 4 for 26, as you'll see in a moment, but they did well to actually make a recovery, and actually they only got bowled out off the final ball of the innings, Rhodesia. But they were 52 for 5, and they could have been bowled out for under 100, but a good little spirited partnership. A duck to 31, 2, 12, 51, 22, 53, 4, 2 and 5 not out. I mean, that middle order, 51 and 53, they'll be relieved that they ended up getting towards nearly 200. But considering they were 41 for 4, just have a look at this again. As you can see, Cornelius Henry 4 for 26, sensational in a man of a match performance. 1 for 22 for 1 for 22 for John Valentine. 1 for 36 for John Valentine. Sorry, was 1 for 36. 1 for 22 for John Vaughan. 15 for 0 for 15 for 0 for Martin Stead. Remember, he took 3 for 30 in his opening match against Rebel South African 11, but he did play a part in this match as well. 0 for 20 for Tariq for Jilara Patel. He bowled for the first time this tournament. His wrists seem pretty well. Tuckid, Tali Javad, good figures, 2 for 45 and 2 for 30 for Glenroy Seeley at the top. He was absolutely superb as well. Wonderful bowling effort from Ireland and wonderful fielding effort. In response, they chased the runs down comfortably. They won it in 45.1 overs. 18 for Christopher Chappell, Glenroy Seeley 17, Franklin Dennis 10. He's having a wonderful tournament, Martin Stead. 3 for 30 against the Rebel South African 11. He got 65 not out off 113 deliveries. 70 off 104 deliveries for the inform Cecil Marshall. He's the leading run scorer in the tournament now with 156 runs. This is to follow up his 86 against the Rebel South African 11 in the last match. 3 for John Vaughan and 4 not out for the captain, Brian Merkiet, towards the end. Absolute wonderful, wonderful performance. They tried hard, but they just weren't good enough, Rhodesia. Rhodesia just weren't good enough at the end. 15 for 0 for the off spinner, the slow left armour, 24 for 0, the leg spinner, 25 for 0. Before the 3 main fast bowlers, just got a little bit blurry now. Well, yeah, you can't really see it. 3 fast bowlers, 18 for 0, 45 for 2, 45 for 1. Good little bowling figures from the off spinner, 26 for 1. They didn't really attack him, the Irish batsman, but they didn't really need to attack him, to be honest with you. It was absolutely emphatic in the end. 199 for 5 from there for 45.1 overs. Again, the match summary. Rhodesia won the toss, selected a bat on a pitch that actually, if you bowled line and length and you bowled the ball off the seam, especially if you're a fast bowler, you got wickets. Ireland, by the way, I forgot to mention, Ireland at one stage, they've scored quickly. They're 48 for 3 at one stage, so they were in a little bit of trouble, but that partnership between Martin Stead and Cecil Marshall of 132, just took the game away from Rhodesia. And in the end, as said, they let to the bat first, reduced to 41-4 and 52-5. A wonderful bowling spell from Cornelius Henry. They were all out for 198 off the final ball of the innings. Ireland, chase runs comfortably, 199 for 5 in 45.1 overs. Ireland winning by 5 wickets. Man of the match though, Cornelius Henry, with 4 for 26. Absolutely stunning performance from Cornelius Henry. And I think, even though they're associate member, I think we found the 2 star players, Cecil Marshall, star batsman, and Cornelius Henry, star bowler. Their tournament begins now, because obviously now they've beaten the 2 associate members. They're top of the table. Take a look at that, Irish fans. What a start to your first ever World Cup. But now your tournament begins now. West Indies, then Australia, then New Zealand. So can they compete there? As you can see tomorrow, England versus the host nation Sri Lanka. England looking to make it 2 wins out of 2. Likewise with Sri Lanka. Big match. Sri Lanka still celebrating that famous 1-wicket victory against Pakistan. Can England put them under pressure, or are Sri Lanka going to produce another monumental upset to win the match today, to win the match tomorrow? Have a huge crowd behind them. You won't be surprised to know, obviously, we can't get, for some reason this game will not allow you to keep performance tracking on associate members, but I think we know who the star players are for Ireland in this World Cup. Cecil Marshall, 70 off 104 deliveries. He's got 156 runs in 2 innings. He's reminded me of Sunil Wetwemi, who got off to a magnificent start in the last World Cup for Sri Lanka. Then he got injured. Hopefully Cecil Marshall wouldn't get injured, because he'll be a big loss. And obviously Cornelius Henry for Ireland. Fantastic. Ireland are in a massive pole position in the quarterfinals. They've got 4 points. Realistically, the Rebel South African 11 have got to play the 3 test playing nations, and so do Zimbabwe. And realistically, their match against one another, look, one of them's probably going to end up with only 2 points, the other's probably going to end up with 0. So Ireland are in a very strong position to qualify for quarterfinals. But that's it for this match report for this World Cup match. Tomorrow's match, England against the host nation. Can England continue their good form? Can Sri Lanka pull off another monumental upset against the second tournament favourites? So for me, Lawrence Howard, this is me reporting on the 1975 Cricket World Cup being played in Sri Lanka on Brian Lara Cricket on PlayStation. Until tomorrow, goodbye from us all.